Hi students, as you know, we have been going over the different parts of speech. So far we have gone over nouns and proper nouns. Now I want to talk to you about something called an adjective. Remember we learned about adjectives in our class. I want you to think really quick, what is an adjective? Let's think about it. I want you to think if you remember. An adjective is a word to describe a noun. So the word tells you how that noun was or what it looked like, or it gives you something that describes what it is. So I wrote down 3 nouns here. We've got a proper noun, Miss Forsberg, and then we've got 2 regular nouns here, bumblebee and flower. So I'm going to think of words that could describe Miss Forsberg. Let's think of a word that describes Miss Forsberg. I'm going to say silly. So silly, Miss Forsberg, and then you could continue your sentence. So I'm going to put the silly in front of Miss Forsberg, and then that shows you how I was. So silly Miss Forsberg, and then you could finish your sentence off. You could say silly Miss Forsberg taught a lesson online. Now let's look at bumblebee. We could use, let's think. I sometimes like to use colors to describe things. So I'm going to say the black and yellow bumblebee. So I have the black and yellow bumblebee. And then you could say that it flew away, or you could tell what it did. Now the last one that I have on here is flower. I want you to think right now, what adjective would you use to describe flower? I'm thinking in my head. I think that flowers are beautiful. So I'm going to say the beautiful flower. So I'm telling you it's a beautiful flower. I'm describing how the flower is, just like I described how Miss Forsberg is, and I described how the bumblebees are. So silly Miss Forsberg, the black and yellow bumblebee, and the beautiful flower. So now we have gone over a couple of adjectives. What I want you to do is take the nouns that you wrote in your journal before, either the proper nouns or just the regular nouns that you wrote down, and I want you to put an adjective in front of those nouns. Describe how the nouns are. You could say something like happy Miss Forsberg, silly Miss Forsberg. You could use a color to describe. You could use it was beautiful. You could say the stinky flower. Maybe it didn't smell very good. You could use any kind of word that describes the noun, tells you about its qualities. How is it? Does it look a certain way? Does it smell a certain way? Think about how it makes you feel in your senses. Is it beautiful? Is it an ugly flower? Think about that. So I want you guys to do that in your journals.